American powers wouldn't be where they are today if they weren't worth something. But there's just one big problem, and that would be Liberty Bell Big Mouth. You make lots of noise online, but you don't win matches with your mouth, and being a disrespectful little cow. Let's not pretend it isn't true, because the front office don't pull people in for nothing. Seems the only time Danielle Heathcote is quiet is when she's on the injured list. And since I'm desperately seeking silence, looks like me, and the distraction, Shotzi Blackheart are gonna have to make it quiet. Now, if Patty Powers wants to get in the way of that too, then she can join her partner on the bench for a few weeks. So, the only thing getting lit up tonight is American Powers.
Alright fans, up next a ladies tag team rematch of some note with the Women's World Tag Team Championships up for grabs as AJ Lee and Shotzi Blackheart challenge Patty Powers and Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote, American Powers.
I'll tell you what, Don, AJ Lee and Shotzi not winning any hearts and minds here, especially with those remarks AJ Lee made at Snarl, kind of ruining the arrival of MJ Ferrantino as their manager, which created a lot of tension, and well, this match is going to be hotly contested.
While American Power certainly has a multitude of fans, AJ Lee and Shotzi Blackheart are certainly not among them.
And they're gonna do whatever they feel necessary to snag the Women's World Tag Team titles.
Easier said than done, Wally.
Things got so crazy between these two teams that American Powers have momentarily set aside other disputes with the future endeavored and the sectarians, focusing their attention solely on these two number one contenders for the belts.
Now American Powers have been at the top of the ladies' tag division for quite a while now, only dropping the titles to the Angels of Anarchy for a few weeks this past spring. So, while the possibility of an upset can't be ignored. And despite a fan split in the crowd tonight, with some favoring the challengers, you've got to presume the champion's advantage here. The upset is possible, but to me, highly unlikely.
I'm feeling the same way about it, Christy. You gotta go with the champs on this one.
While the challengers may have some degree of fan support, I would imagine that most fans are favoring American Powers.
This next match, one fall with a 20-minute time limit, is for the RWL Women's World Tag Team Championships. Introducing first the challengers, AJ Lee and Shotzi Blackheart, and their opponents, the RWL Women's World Tag Team Champions, Powerhouse Patty Powers and All-American Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote, American Powers.
You heard those chants for Shotzi Blackheart. Proof positive that they're out there.
I'm sure whatever fan support they may have is probably meager compared to AP. Alright, Shotzi Blackheart and Patty Powers starting things off here. The bell sounds. Shotzi opens up with a series of shots on Patty Powers. A one-arm suplex from Shotzi, who steps out and tags in AJ Lee. Patty Powers standing center ring, moves in, catch. Ooh. AJ Lee misses with both of those shots. Patty Powers rounds her up, has her over the shoulder. Where's she gonna put her down? Slam, right center ring. AJ Lee back up on her feet and misses with that move. Patty tags her with a right from behind. Has her all the way up. Electric chair drop from Patty Powers. Followed up with a big splash and a cover. 1, 2, but nope. AJ Lee powering out of the pin. Quick pins seldom work. A slam to the canvas from AJ Lee. AJ takes her down to the canvas with a helicopter spin. AJ Lee with a slap to the head of Patty Powers. Followed up with a stomp to the shoulder. AJ Lee, certainly no fan of American Powers. As she steps out, here comes Shotzi Blackheart. Patty Powers just back up on her feet. Shotzi catches a couple of lefts from Patty. A quick counter, but not quick enough. Shotzi whipped over the top rope onto the apron. Patty Powers quickly countered by Shotzi Blackheart. Makes her way back inside. Goes behind on Patty. Rear waistlock. Has both hook. Whoa! Underhook suplex from Shotzi. And now Shotzi Blackheart with a possible submission here, stretching both the arms of Patty Powers. Patty Powers finds her way out, turns it around on Shotzi. They lock up again. Elbows to the midsection from Patty. Powerhouse Patty locks up Shotzi. Has her up. Takes a couple of steps. Whoa! There's a backbreaker. Oh, a torturous backbreaker from Patty Powers. As Patty steps out, and here comes Liberty Bell Danielle. Danielle Heathcote. Tentative here, grabs a hold of Shotzi Blackheart. Has her up, delivers another backbreaker. Another case of teamwork making the dream work here. Shotzi quickly counters, gets Danielle down on the canvas, follows it up with a stomp to the arm, turns her around, hard kick to the back. Danielle counters. Danielle Heathcote with an armbar on Shotzi. Danielle measures it. There's the elbow right across the top of the head of Shotzi Blackheart into another armbar as Danielle begins to wear down Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzi counters. AJ Lee trying to make the save, but no need. Shotzi Blackheart escapes the hold. Danielle gets a hold of AJ Lee, catches a right from Shotzi. Shotzi rounds her up over the shoulders as AJ Lee escapes. Danielle Heathcote with elbows to the head of Shotzi Blackheart. A double shot to the midsection. Misses with the slap across the chest. Hard whip to the rope, over the top rope, out onto the floor goes Shotzi Blackheart. AJ Lee watching as Patty Powers and Danielle Heathcote start to go to work here. Danielle all the way up from the top. Oh, catches a hard shot to the midsection from Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzi catches a suplex from Danielle on the outside. The referee already counting. There's a stomp from Danielle. Danielle rounds up Shotzi and pitches her towards the announce table. Danielle makes her way back into the ring. Referee Walt Rothburn still counting Shotzi Blackheart on the outside. Look at this. Both Patty and Danielle. Oh, a stomp from Danielle Heathcote. Winds her up. Oh, look at this. Winds up both arms. Throws the switch. And that means serious pain. Danielle Heathcote rounds Shotzi up. Drives her into the announce table. Shotzi Blackheart returns the favor. And now Shotzi drives her into the ring steps. Shotzi makes her way back inside the ring. The referee still counting Danielle here. Whoa! A quick move towards Danielle from Shotzi Blackheart. Gathers her up. Danielle counters with an elbow. Kick to the midsection from Shotzi and a spinning punch to Danielle right in the face. Shotzi with a DDT on Danielle Heathcote. Making her way back up to a standing position. Shotzi already there. Gathers her up. Whoa! A nasty arm breaker. Parlayed into an armbar by Shotzi Blackheart. Danielle Heathcote laid out as AJ Lee comes in and makes a tag. AJ Lee counters with a right. Danielle counters with a right. Danielle gets a hold of AJ Lee. Whoa! What a suplex from Danielle Heathcote. Danielle with a right. A hard whip to the ropes for AJ Lee and another ride to the outside for AJ Lee. Danielle follows her out. Goes to work with an armbar on the outside as the referee starts counting. Drives a knee into the head of AJ Lee. Followed up with another one. Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote certainly not appreciating the remarks of AJ Lee. And now another armbar on the outside as the referee continues to count. Shotzi Blackheart comes to the aid of her partner. Danielle Heathcote gets a hold of Shotzi, drives a knee into her back. AJ Lee sneaks up from behind, drives her head first into the ring post. Oh, man. AJ Lee on her own. Shotzi still laid out as AJ makes her way back inside the ring. Danielle finally snapping out of it. Danielle Heathcote trying to rally the troops here in Phoenix. Goes to work on Shotzi Blackheart, laid out on the outside. AJ Lee also trying to rally the fans here. The chance to become Women's World Tag Team Champions, clearly at the forefront of the minds of AJ Lee and Shotzi. Shotzi Blackheart makes her way back to her corner. Danielle driven into the barricade by AJ Lee, followed up with a couple of stomps. Another stomp to the shoulder. AJ Lee going to work on the arms of Liberty Bell Danielle as the referee continues to count. And look at this. AJ Lee just torturing Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote. AJ makes her way back inside the ring as Danielle finally snaps out of it. Danielle makes her way back inside. AJ Lee right there to greet her. Rounds her up, but Danielle counters with elbows to the midsection, backing off AJ Lee. Danielle, whoa, quickly countered, a beautiful counter from AJ Lee. Danielle trying to stop the tag, but it's no use. Here comes Shotzi Blackheart. Look at this, a standing dropkick from Danielle on Shotzi. And Patty Powers is brought in on the tag. Shotzi Blackheart locks up, a kick to the midsection to Patty. Powerhouse Patty drives a knee into the midsection of Shotzi. Shotzi rounded up by Patty Powers again over the shoulder, and she's, slammed right down by Patty Powers. Patty rounds her up. Oh, look at this. She's got Shotzi up for a fly swatter. And now going to work on the legs of Shotzi Blackheart with a heel hook stretch. Shotzi Blackheart in some considerable pain right about now. Hauled halfway across the ring by her ankle as Danielle Heathcote is tagged in again. Shotzi Blackheart favoring that knee. Shoves Danielle Heathcote down to the canvas. Gets back up on her feet, drives a knee into Danielle. Danielle counters with elbows to the midsection. Shotzi Blackheart doubled over here. And look at this, a cravat suplex from Liberty Bell Danielle. Shotzi looking for a tag, but no good. Danielle right there to spoil that plan. Shotzi countering with elbows to Danielle. Shotzi drives another knee into Danielle Heathcote, a kick that drives her into the far corner. Danielle counters, finds her way out of that corner. Shotzi locks her up. And she is setting it up for the DDT. Head first into the canvas goes Liberty Bell Danielle. Shotzi Blackheart back up on her feet. Rounds Danielle up to a standing position. Locks her up again, escorts her to her team's corner. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Danielle. As Shotzi takes a little leap off the top rope, and whoa, what a Hurricane Rana from Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzi gathers Danielle up again. Escorts her towards her team's corner one more time. Again, head first into the turnbuckle she goes. And Shotzi drives her head into the buckle a second time. Danielle counters with an elbow. A double shot to the midsection of Shotzi Blackheart. Danielle Heathcote catching elbows from Shotzi. This match hotly contested again. The Women's World Tag Team Championships on the line in this one. Look at this. A pendulum DDT. Driving Danielle face first into the canvas. Shotzi gathers Danielle up again. Takes her to the corner one more time. Smashed into the turnbuckle. And how much of that can Danielle Heathcote stand? Look at this. A Dudley dog. We don't see that too often. And here's a pin. 1, 2. But Patty Powers saving the match for her team. Shotzi makes her pay. Whips her out to the floor. Danielle Heathcote still on the wrong side of town and still laid out as Shotzi Blackheart gathers her up again. Misses with the kick somehow, some way. Danielle counters with a kick to the midsection. They lock up. Whoa! A knee right into the head of Liberty Bell. Danielle followed up with a soccer kick to the midsection. Shotzi rounds her up. Danielle countering with elbows. Doesn't want to go back into the opposing team's corner again. Fails to get the double shot as Shotzi counters and a snap suplex with a pin. Oh, too close to the ropes. Referee says he's going to have to start all over again. Shotzi drives her back into the opposing team's corner. Fails to connect with the discus punch as Danielle quickly escapes. Danielle sets it up again. Another double underhook suplex from Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote as she makes her way out. And here comes Powerhouse Patty Powers again. And here comes AJ Lee as both partners have tagged out. Patty spins her around with a hard right. AJ Lee counters with an elbow. Gets a hold of Patty Powers. Has her up, draws a knee into the back of Powerhouse Patty. AJ Lee with a stomp to the arm. Patty Powers counters with a jawbreaker. Connects with a hard right. Another. Gets a hold of AJ Lee. Whips her towards the far corner. And now Patty setting up AJ Lee in the Tree of Woe. Oh man, a big time kick to the chest. And now a foot right to the throat of AJ Lee. Patty Powers steps out. Here comes Liberty Bell Danielle again. Danielle moves in on AJ Lee. Gathers her up to a standing position. Gets a hold of her. And there's the disarmer. A possible submission here. The ref checking things out. But, oh, that's it. AJ Lee is tapping out. American Powers retaining the Women's World Tag Team Championships by submission.
The time was 12 minutes, 23 seconds. Your winners, and still Women's World Tag Team Champions, American Powers.
A pretty close call for American Powers tonight, but Patty and Danielle seemed a little more dialed in on this matchup, and while it ran long and got kinda intense, like we expected, American Powers is leaving Phoenix tonight. Still Women's World Tag Champions, as the Sweet Revenge Summer Tour gets ready for the next stop in Canada.
Frankly, Shotzi and AJ Lee weren't as focused tonight as they have been in their previous encounters with AP. Whether it was nerves or just plain old bad luck, they just did not have it like before, allowing AP to retain the titles by way of a tap out over AJ Lee, and so, whatever or whoever might be next, they will still be up against the reigning Women's World Tag Champs. A pretty wild match to conclude the second hour of tonight's Supercard.
And we'll be back with the third hour in just a moment.